These are not new ideas. That doesn't make them bad ideas or good ideas. Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins. I'm Mike Fisher, your trusty and trusted reporter. We are inside the Star here. Rich Eisen, NFL Network, analyst and host, is the latest to throw out these names. Marcus Spears, the former Cowboy, big on the Derrick Henry train at ESPN. The part that everybody needs to make sure they're grabbing a big sharp pencil on and grabbing the big calculator on is, as we like to say around here a lot, show your work. In Rich Eisen's case, and obviously he's very astute, his presentation on how the Cowboys being all in needs to be about Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins is very dramatic, but that's the way TV works. I wouldn't know anything about that. But he talks about how the Cowboys need to go get these two players. And Eisen skips over a couple of issues. One, obviously, is that while Derrick Henry is a free agent, the Titans running back, so you could theoretically go get him, and SpotTrack puts his number, his salary number next year at $4.5 million. So that's not outrageous, even though he's 30, which violates everything that the Cowboys think you should do at running back. He says they should go get DeAndre Hopkins. Well, DeAndre Hopkins has another year left in his contract, so you'd have to trade for him, and that's an $18 million receiver. I'm not saying that these are terrible ideas. In fact, if you're going to go all in, 1 year, let's go, to go get Hopkins somehow, but in a trade, and have him around for 1 year, and to go get Derrick Henry and have him around for 1 year at $4.5 million. Not bad ideas at all. And then we're all in it one last ride, because Mike McCarthy might be in for his last ride as well. But you got to show your work. What am I giving up to get the wide receiver? How am I deciding at running back that I'm going to supplement, as I say goodbye to Tony Pollard, supplement what we're doing here? And am I giving the whole thing to Derrick Henry? Is he carrying the entire load? Because I've been told the Cowboys would prefer, and that I should hint that the Cowboys will probably end up drafting a running back rather than spending big money on one. Also, if you're going to go in at running back, why go in for a 30-year-old? Can't you go in for a 26-year-old? Saquon Barkley might cost 3 times as much, twice as much, or whatever. I would also add, if going and getting old Titans was such a good idea, why were the Titans so bad? Just for the sake of argument, I might say that if you're going to get a Derrick Henry and an Amari Cooper, a Derrick Henry and a Hopkins, an old running back and an old expensive wide receiver, maybe you should have just kept an old Zeke and an expensive and not old Amari Cooper. It is Marcus Spears, who ignores his Cowboys. He knows his Cowboys fine. That's an all-in. He'd change everything. He'd carry the offense. And both these analysts say that's what the Cowboys have to have. I'll tell you this. When the Cowboys inside this building talk about what they have to do, they do talk about improving the running game. But they also talk about improving physicality. Derrick Henry does those two things. They also talk about prioritizing run-stopping defense, and helping Dak Prescott with 2 more weapons doesn't do much about that. We'll keep you posted on Cowboys free agent ideas, not only in the national media, but from here inside the building. For now, Fish, out.